This episode of the BJJ Foxcast is brought to you by BioPro. BioPro is an all-natural alternative to prescription human growth hormone, which aids in recovery, anti-aging, metabolism, libido, immunity, skin health, cognition, sleep, and stress. Just one vial per day provides a substantial boost to all of these growth factors. Okay, so that's what they want me to say. Here's what I know as an aging grappler. I've been using BioPro Plus and the nighttime variant, BioPro Plus Cortisleep, for several months, and it feels like I've grown a third lung. My gas tank is noticeably bigger, my recovery is faster, and I'm back on the mats much quicker, not just between training sessions, but between rounds. Now you can get $30 off your first order of BioPro when you use the code FOXCAST at www.bioproteintech.com. That's code FOXCAST for $30 off your first order at www.bioproteintech.com. Thank you, BioPro. Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the BJJ Foxcast. I am your host, Alex Martinez, and today I have my pseudo co-host. I'm sorry, I don't know why the fuck I said that. I have Alex Kray on the show. Tojo, welcome to the show, brother.
Yo.
Again.
As usual.
Again.
I just want to keep gapping Colin. The goon.
The goon.
As much as I can gap him, the better.
You know, I've gotten a lot of requests for Tojo and the Goon episodes, and I keep telling everybody they're too lazy. They won't keep it up. It'll be a 3-episode show.
You're absolutely right. Colin is way too lazy. He won't keep it up.
Oh, my God. We should make it happen, though. We should make it happen. I've had several people ask if they can use the studio so they could do their own podcast or their own whatever.
Charge them.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. They're my friends. I mean, the thing is, like, when this place is not a studio, it's my office. Like, I put all my shit. Everything that's usually on this table is on my bed right now.
So it's a sex dungeon.
It is a sex dungeon.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a pain in the ass to turn it into a sex dungeon like 4 times a week for other people.
True.
You know what I mean?
It gets annoying.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't
take down the swing.
Got to take down the swing, the whips, the what do they call that thing where I hang Amy upside down?
You leave the paddle on the wall.
Well, I mean, the paddle. You got to have it handy, so to speak, if you know what I mean. How do you like the new photo of the dogs?
Taylor showed me that, and I was like, "That's fucking awesome."
we did that. Fuck, man, over a year ago. Well, I mean, Brutus was still alive.
Brute.
Yes, Brutus was still alive, and Taylor was probably rummaging somewhere where she probably shouldn't have been.
Whatever.
And she took a picture of it. She goes, "This thing's got to go up in the studio." So it's up, man.
I mean, look at the studio. Like Brutus and Mata look good. Henry looks like, oh fuck, what did I do?
Henry looks normal. What are you talking about? That's his look.
Yeah, that is true.
That's his normal. Cheers, man.
Oh shit. Oh fuck is his normal.
Apple juice. Yes. Cheers to the apple juice. Apparently, apple juice is not a good thing to drink before bed.
Why?
Well, Sierra says that she has weird dreams when she drinks apple juice before bed.
Well, when you leave apple juice in the fridge for a month, it starts to ferment.
Oh, there you go, Sierra. There you go, Sierra. You're drinking booze and you don't even know it. Sierra's a drunk. That's what it is.
She doesn't even know it. I don't drink alcohol. She drinks hard cider every day.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah. So we had promotions today over at Proving Ground MMA. Shout out to Ruben Vargas and all his folks out there.
Yeah.
It was great, dude. It's so, like, Ruben's like an inspiring guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He like truly loves like the community.
Yeah. No, he digs it, man.
Every time I go over there, it's like, I got hats and t-shirts and
food.
You want a beer?
Yeah.
You want food?
Yeah. Dude, he hit me up last night and he was like, "Hey, what kind of beer do you want?" I'm like, I'm not picky, dude. Like, whatever you get. And
also, I'm not trying to get drunk over on the west. And when I say west side, I mean, it's west of the west side.
It is. It's like across the street from Sun City. Sun City West, yeah.
Yeah.
So, or Sun City, not Sun City West. But, it's a little bit of a hike. But you know what? We all piled on into Carlos's truck and went out there and had a good showing. There was like 7 people from East Mesa in the building. So that was cool.
Did you guys get your picture?
We did. We did get a picture. I haven't posted it yet, but I will.
By the time this posts.
Well, yeah, I've done a poor job of posting all of the shit that's happened this weekend, man. Like, we've been going hard.
Yeah.
Like, this week is probably the most I've rolled in a long time.
Yeah.
All the open mats, and I rolled at each open mat. Yeah. I mean, I didn't roll a lot today because Paul was lecturing me. But yeah, man, got a banger podcast happening tomorrow. I've got John Cabay,
Vinny, right?
Vinny, I think Brendan Tierney,
Okay.
and Mateus. I got to figure that out.
He's got all the Cabay coaches over here.
Yeah. All the Grey Wolf BJJ coaches are coming out. I got to figure out how to put 5 people into a 4-person.
I feel sorry
slot.
for Mateus. That's a lot of big personalities.
He's gonna own the room, man. He's a smart kid.
I mean, he's definitely got the best jiu-jitsu.
He certainly does. If anybody gets out of line, he'll just beat the shit out of us. So that's advantage Mateus.
Get off my leg.
Advantage Mateus. I always joke with him because when he was a purple belt, we rolled and he kneed me right in the eye, and I was like, cheating already.
Did he give you a concussion?
No. That was good. But he's a good dude. I'm excited for it, man. I've been talking to Vinny about getting him on the show for a while. And
you haven't had Vinny?
Nah. And Vinny travels a lot. He goes to Salt Lake for an auction like once a week, I think.
Save it for the podcast.
No. It's not a big deal. But when my grandson was having his surgery in Salt Lake, we happened to be at the same terminal at the same time coming home.
Shit.
Yeah, so I saw him and he was, nosing his phone, catching up with stuff. And I just walk over and I run his feet over with my bag.
Was he like, you mother?
He looked up like, what the fuck? Like ready to scrap. Oh my God, yeah. He's
ready to talk to you in his deepest voice.
Yeah, deepest voice, yeah. But for those of you that don't know, he is like a legit professional auctioneer. And I think, man, he should throw his hand into like ring announcer because his voice is amazing.
He could do the fight to win.
Yeah. And it would be cool. He'd throw a good spin on it, And
I mean, he knows how to do it. He's used to being in front of the people.
Yeah.
Or at least his voice.
Yeah. And man, he's got a cool story about, and we'll get into that during the podcast, but cool story about how he got into that stuff and how it became like a career.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine you're gonna make your living with your voice. That's wild.
Vinny the voice.
Yeah, Vinny the voice.
Yeah, but he's a character. He's definitely, like I said, a big personality.
Yeah,
talk.
For sure.
The man can talk.
Yeah, so let's piss D off and talk about hunting for a minute.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah. So what's on the plan for next year?
It's new bow season right now.
New bow season.
Yeah, I just ordered a new bow. Well, not just. Oh, eat it, dick.
What?
It's my money.
No, I'm not judging you. I don't give a fuck. But I thought you just got that Matthews bow, or is that the one you ordered?
No, so I did buy a Matthews bow maybe 4 months ago. I sold it.
Oh, okay. You didn't like it?
Mm-mm. In my opinion, I think Matthews are overrated. I think they just got the best marketing.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, I tried to give it a good go at it.
You weren't going in it like you went into it with an open mind.
Well, I bought I built the bow like you would build a flagship Matthews bow.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was like trying to like it, and it was like right before my my elk hunt where I was trying to figure out whether or not I wanted to hunt with my Hoyt or hunt with my Matthews, and I was like, this thing is just not as good as my Hoyt.
Why?
So a couple things. One, the primary thing, the whole dead in hand thing where it like doesn't vibrate is such bullshit. Like that thing rang like a bell.
What?
Yeah. So I'd shoot that thing.
Like even through your gloves?
Well, I don't wear gloves, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just like you'd shoot and the aftershock afterwards is just like for like a full second, which doesn't sound like a lot, but
what's the big deal about that?
The real thing is it's just like, it's a lack of efficiency. A lot of times you get, usually it means that it's a louder bow, but not really. I mean, ultimately, it's not going to make much difference as far as killing animals. It's just like kind of a pet peeve kind of.
Oh, okay.
It's just like you're saying this bow is like dead in hand and blah 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 blah,
and it's not.
And I thought I'm like that's complete bullshit. Like
full carbon.
No, they don't do carbon bows. They're all aluminum bows. Which they're. I mean, if people who like aluminum bows like their bows a lot. So the Hoyt's a carbon bow, which is generally supposed to have more vibration because they're so light.
Yeah.
And I'm like, mine it fucking vibrates for like a split second.
What are they up to? Like RX-8, whatever the fuck it is?
Yeah, RX-8 just came out this November, earlier this month, and so I put they have them, but they didn't have the color that I wanted, so I'm just waiting for the color that I want to come in. I already built the strings, and I'm just gotta get the order.
Yeah, I gotta restring mine. Get out and shoot it again.
Well, I think you have new string. Didn't I restring your bow and then we never shot it? I
think we shot it.
And then that was it.
Yeah, we tuned it, shot it. I think we shot it twice after you did the strings.
I'm pretty sure I still have the string material, even though I think we got the wrong purple.
It's okay. I don't give a shit about the purple, but I There's something just like therapeutic about going out and shooting. You know what I mean? And my life right now is,
of course I know.
Yeah, my life is very like predictable right now. I got to break things up a little bit. You know, even if it's for an hour.
Yeah.
You know, I found that like, well, for instance, yesterday I'm watching a TV show that I've been wanting to watch for a while. That Painkiller one. Holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I know it's a lot of like, you know, it's a lot of dramatization. However, the director for Painkillers is also the same guy that did like Lone Survivor, and he's done a few other movies. And he was on a podcast with, gosh, I can't remember who, but I'm listening to the podcast and watching the different episodes like at the same time. And man, he's
talking about the opium epidemic kind of shit.
Opium epidemic, and you know, there's a storyline along, like, so it's a story about going after big pharma, but there's also like a storyline about, you know, a person who was injured, got hooked on opioids, and you know, it ultimately ended up to his demise. But he, you know, just the struggle that he went through, you know, losing his family, losing his business, all that stuff, and it's
sad business.
Sad, dude. It's so freaking
like,
sad.
We both have had knee surgeries. Did you? They put you on Percocet or anything?
I didn't touch one of them.
No, I did. I didn't ever feel. It's so weird because like you kind of you'd picture it like, oh, I'm in pain, I take this pill, all of a sudden I'm not in pain. I never felt like it was like that.
No.
Honestly, I thought the thing that did the biggest difference was marijuana.
Cannabis, man. Absolutely. CBD with the THC in it. Yeah.
I don't remember if I was doing edibles at the time or if I was just like hitting a little vape pen or whatever. But
I think
like,
you were doing a vape pen most of the time.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, but I could see like just sitting in bed all the time, I probably was on edibles.
Okay.
But either way, like that like was like, it's kind of like, you know, the pain's there, but it just like doesn't bother you anymore.
Right. Yeah. I was just doing Tylenol and some cannabis.
Yeah.
And took the edge off.
Yeah. I've told a lot of people, I'm like, I know they're going to give you Percocet, maybe take it, maybe don't, whatever. It depends on you, what you want to do, but like definitely get some marijuana if you don't smoke.
Yeah. But I mean, don't be in pain.
Yeah.
Right. Don't be stupid. Yeah. But you know, there's a point of diminishing returns with opioids. You know what I mean? If you're taking them consistently, I think they said like if you refill the prescription, you're like 75% on the way.
Yeah, I just didn't really notice a difference.
And that's a number I just made up in my head, but I think that's what I heard.
Yeah,
what's that?
Yeah, I said I just didn't notice a difference.
No,
you know, with the Percocet.
Yeah, well, I didn't take any, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I mean, I took it as prescribed, like exactly how they said to take it. Like I think it was like three times a day or something like that. And once it was gone, I was like, yeah, I might have no interest in trying to get more of that. Yeah, so the thing that scared me the most was when I went to fill the prescription and I paid for it was a 10-day antibacterial. It's like gosh, why can't I think of the word? Antibiotic, sorry. I was thinking antibacterial, I knew that was wrong. So it was like a 10-day antibiotic. That's the important thing. Twice a day. More than anything else. That's the important thing. And then it was the Percocet. With that, and I think the antibiotic was like $22 because it was pretty strong. Yeah, probably the strongest one I've ever taken. And then the Percocet was like $6. Yeah, for a shitload of them. So I was like, yeah, this. Well, the reality is like all of those, even the antibiotics for the most part, depending on what you're getting, they're all generic. Yeah, so you're getting generic stuff, so it's all going to be like, you know, maybe $10, $15 for you know, depending on your insurance plan, but they're all going to be cheap as fuck. Like, it's not like you're getting name brand shit, which there's no reason to. Well, I'm already in the mindset of like, you know, F big pharma. You know what I mean? So anytime anything's prescribed to me, I ask a million questions. Like, you know, what this, what that. The common like painkiller stuff and antibiotic stuff, like the normal like stuff, things are going to be just generic. They're going to be that little pharma. Yeah, little pharma. I'll take little pharma. Yeah. I mean, they're all owned by big companies. Yeah. But. Yeah. It just, you know, I don't know, man. I've got enough problems. I don't need to get hooked on something, you know? Yeah. I mean, I'm just not I've never been like into painkiller. Me either. Like I've had friends who are definitely like pills guys, and it's just never a thing I was interested in. Yeah. Yeah. You know? Yeah. But anyway, I was watching that show and like I'm sitting there and I'm like, it's 2 p.m. I'm watching TV and I don't have to work tonight. Like I couldn't wrap my brain around that. Like I can just sit here if I choose to. Yep. And that's when it kind of hit me. Like I need to break my days up a little bit. Try to figure that out.
But I do some stuff like I'll get out of the academy and then I'll go down to that Mountainside Fitness and I'll jump.
You need a hobby.
I know. I was talking to Samir about that. It's like, jiu-jitsu has always been my escape, my hobby, my everything, outside of work. Mm-hmm. And now it is my work. I'm like, what the fuck am I going to do? Play golf? Like,
No. Then you become like Matthew Mamelin and play
pickleball. Maddie, stop it.
We need to have a talk.
We do need to have a talk with him. An intervention, more like
intervention.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. Pickleball.
You should get into horses.
Yeah, and then like he'll do pickleball, and then he'll be like, "Oh, I'm in pickleball shape. I'm going to do a jiu-jitsu tournament."
The fuck does that even mean?
I don't know, man. But he did a jiu-jitsu tournament. I know he ain't training.
Is he?
I don't know. Is he? You would know. I don't.
He
know.
might be at the. I don't go to the Nogi nights.
Yeah, but it's like one night.
2 nights.
Okay, 2 nights. What 2 nights?
I don't know. You're asking the wrong guy. I don't go. I was literally just talking to someone about that today. I was like, I like Nogi. Like I don't hate Nogi. I mean, I like to shit on it just because guys who are into Nogi are so fucking like fanboy about Nogi.
Yeah.
They're like all in. But I mean, to be fair, like gi people are a lot like that too.
Sure.
But I like to shit on it. But I enjoy Nogi. Like the other day, was it Friday? Your guys' open mat at 9:00. I did the first half. I did Nogi.
Yeah,
I love Nogi. It's fun.
Yeah,
it's just like I have so many hobbies. I have to pick and choose like what classes I'm going to.
Yeah,
I know I'm gonna get my best rolls when I go to the gi classes because those are the classes that get the biggest turnout. So
yeah, we have like 9 black belts on the mat sometimes, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, so I enjoy gi jiu-jitsu more just because there's more there.
Yeah,
So I don't know. I like Nogi, but I just not enough days / hours in the day.
Yeah.
So.
Well, one thing I realized when I started teaching the Nogi class recently is a lot of the stuff I learned in jiu-jitsu was like Nogi shit.
Yeah.
So a lot of the like all the stuff that I enjoy playing, like butterfly guard, X guard, stuff
the
like
fundamentals.
that. Yeah. And I learned that all in Nogi. The only thing that I didn't really dive into that I'm kind of playing catch up is like, leg entanglement. Yeah. Leg entanglement is not my, I can attack a straight ankle lock because I'm a gi guy.
Yeah.
But, setting up heel hook, knee bars, double trouble, stuff like that. It's really, it's, I don't want to say it's new, but it's not something I dedicated a lot of time to.
It's definitely like a puzzle, like the way people are like getting into those leg entanglements, which is, I think that's what's really fun, especially if like you're a cerebral type person. Like there's a reason that those guys who are really good at that stuff are typically nerds.
Yeah, they're really
jocks,
smart. Yeah.
Right. Obviously, there's exceptions to that rule, but a lot of those guys who are really good, the guys who are breaking ground are like, they're nerds.
Yeah. Well, you can rip a heel hook. You can rip a knee bar. You can rip a toe hold. You can't rip a leg entanglement. You got to know what you're doing.
Right.
So that's
kind of
cool.
the wrong direction. You blow out your knee.
Yep.
Or your ankle even.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool that it's that way. But that's really if I could go back and do one thing, I probably would have spent more time doing that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I remember. Well, I mean, at white belt, I was like fascinated by like ankle locks. Like that was my favorite thing.
I remember that
in the world when I was a white belt, and then that just kind of grew into liking doing. Like I just like it because it's like there's that like air of like extra danger. It's like it's like the dark arts, like we always joke, right?
Yeah.
Like the heel hooks and stuff. I'm like, I'm not I don't train with people I don't trust. Like at least with stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's like if someone wraps up my ankle and I have no idea how to get out, I'm just gonna tap and then maybe we'll have a talk. Be like, what would you recommend? To defend this? Like because I feel like anybody who's really proficient at anything in jiu-jitsu, they know the counter because that's how you get good.
Yeah.
If I don't know what you want to do to escape this, then how can I be good at applying it?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. What can you take away?
Yeah.
Yeah. In order to escape, that's defense 101, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's what I tell people. It's like, in order to like get good at like escaping, you got to know what the guy who's attacking, what he wants to do, and then don't let him get what he wants.
Yeah.
That's just and then in defense, offense, it's all the same. It's like you're just trying to figure out what the other guy wants. Don't let him have it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, removing the post for any sort of like if you can't remove the post and you try to sweep a guy, he's going to post.
He's going to post. Yeah.
So you remove the post, right?
Yeah.
Before he even gets to it. It's just,
Yeah.
If this, then that.
Yeah. And today was, I really enjoy the, open mats at other people's academies or, even getting visitors because you know how it is. Like if you roll with same group of people, they tend to know what you're going to do and they know what you're going to set up and they kind of see it coming. And people that you never roll with, they really don't.
Yeah.
Or maybe they've never seen that setup.
Mm-hmm.
And
or vice versa.
Yeah, vice versa. I really enjoy that because there was a purple belt that I rolled with today that swept me, and I was like, okay. Soft. That was good. That was good. But it was a guard pass that I do a million times. No one's countered it that way. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, now but that gives me another thing that I can feel for, right? That foot position was key for him. And looking back, I was like, oh, I should have just stuffed that foot.
You should have just rolled with Aleph, but you're a coward.
He was taking a break. He was sitting down. He was on his phone. I didn't want to interrupt him. But I did ask him if he would do a seminar at the school, so I'm going to have him late April.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Yeah. So he's going to go to Brazil.
Does he know how far you are from him?
Yeah. He's going to go to Brazil. I'm going to fly him in. He's going to go to Brazil, I think, through January. And I was like, well, let's do it because I think Paul has a seminar set up for March.
Okay.
So I don't want to step on that. So I'm thinking late April, early May, before it gets too hot, we'll do something.
Yeah, yeah, that would be sick, man. He is next level.
Oh, dude, yeah.
I was telling Danny, I was like, hey, you should go with Aleph. He just made me feel like a white belt.
Yeah. What's he like to roll with? I never rolled with him.
Well, I mean, he's really strong, but he also just it's almost like he knows what you're thinking before you because he's just like we were just talking about taking away what you want.
Yeah.
He just was just taking away things that before I even thought to oh, that's where I want to go.
Wow.
It's just he just knew exactly I'm going to put you here. You're going to want to go here, but I'm going to take that. It was just he just knew exactly where, and he was and he's really strong. So he's super technically sound and very, what's the right word? He just his jiu-jitsu IQ is just through the roof.
He's an athlete. Yeah. Super athlete.
But and then on top of that, he's athletic.
Yeah. 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 So that's
afterwards. I was like, God, did I say something?
Let me sincerely apologize for whatever I said. Yeah. But hey, I want to give a shout out to my boys over at Snowflake, Aries Snowflake Jiu-Jitsu in Snowflake, Arizona.
Yeah, they're always offended.
Huh? What do you mean? They're always offended. Aries Snowflake. Doesn't sound good. Doesn't sound good. No, my buddy Chad, our buddy Chad is out there. So I want to give a shout out to those guys. They're always fun. I mean, they travel a long way when they come out to Paul stuff. So that's
cool.
I
like when we have tournaments in town and Chad just brings the crew.
Yeah. And I think
it's not a close drive for them.
No.
It takes a long time.
No. And Paul's got a seminar going on in Pine Top.
Yeah.
What, next week? 2 weeks?
I think it's this coming weekend. So probably after or before
this releases or after this releases, right? Because this is gonna drop probably Wednesday.
This coming Wednesday?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you'll have 3 days to get your ass up to Pine Top.
Nah, I can't do it.
Too bad.
I got something going on. I'm actually going to Vegas the weekend of the 1st.
For the wedding that never ends.
We're gathered here together again.
You guys have done so much stuff for this wedding.
Yeah, so it's my buddy Matt's bachelor party. Shout out to Matt, who spilled a beer on my lap a couple days ago.
Oh, you're still on that, huh?
Yeah. It's
Son of a bitch.
Stale beer on my crotch. Just ruined the night.
But at least we were at O'Kelly's, so it's
okay. O'Kelly's, man. You were going to go Jupes.
Hey, why not? If we're going to go dive bar, let's go dive bar. That place has sticky countertops.
Dude,
that's
Jupes.
The perfect dive bar.
I think we drank there. Well, I know we drank there once, but I think we were there for a few hours because they only have 2 beers on at the time. They had 2 beers on tap. I think it was Bud Light and Coors Light. And then anything else you wanted was in a can.
Mm-hmm.
And I was sitting at the bar, and there was this guy talking to me. He's like, yeah, I've been coming here for 15 years. I was like, I got to get out of here. That can't be me.
I'm going to be this guy.
But anyway, some friends showed up. It was I was leaving a company. I was going to another one. And some friends showed up, and we drank there for a few hours. I think our tab was $50.
Was it Vic?
Nah, not different people. But I think our tab was $50.
That time, Vic, he's like, hey, come pick me up. I'm at Jupes. And I'm like, okay, where's that at? And he sends me a picture of Google Maps, the satellite view. And he's like, right here. I'm like, okay, I guess I just have to figure it out.
Yeah.
So I get there. I walk in to, grab his ass, and he's like, here's a shot.
Of course. Yeah.
I'm like, you son of a bitch, hurry up, get in the car.
Yeah. Did I tell you when he left our house once and he got lost? So
is that the time he fell in the canal?
No, different time. So this time, he insisted on walking home, and I'm like, dude, it's not close. I know you think it's close.
I mean, it is. It's a mile and a half.
It's a short. No, it's longer than that. It's longer. It's at least 2 miles. For someone who doesn't walk at all ever, that 2 miles is a long walk.
Yeah,
it's gotta be farther than that. It's gotta be farther than 2 miles. Anyway, but
let's put your address and then Vic's address.
Yeah, we'll do that. So, and he insisted on walking. And then I think he had to stop at a 7-Eleven and call Red to come pick him up. And he probably did the same thing, send a satellite picture to her, and she had to figure out where the hell he was because, he couldn't figure out where he was. That's my boy Vic.
Sounds like Vic.
That's pretty much life with Vic. Actually, no, he's been really responsible lately. He did a big reno in his kitchen, and his entire backyard is like lined with wood.
What?
He bought a log spreader, or like a
splitter,
log
he
splitter.
showed me that when he bought it. I was like, that's cool.
Yeah, and then he just chopped all the trees in his yard down, and then he just, I don't know if he's gonna sell it.
Well, I know they do a bunch of stuff like because he's part of the fire department. I know they like get calls for stuff, and he goes out there and he just like, can I take all this away?
Does he really?
Yeah, he told me like some of the stuff he gets is just like through the fire department, like on calls, and like people are like have whatever, and he's just like, I'm gonna take that.
No shit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's cool. I don't know if that was a thing.
I mean, who's gonna stop you?
Yeah, I know.
You know, people are gonna give you free stuff.
Yeah, and then then there was a time he fell in the canal on his electric skateboard. There was that one.
He's not an athlete. He's not an athlete.
He's not an athlete. Well, he did say when he was falling, he took those running steps before the splash. Nice. So, I mean, he saved himself a little bit. He didn't tumble before he fell.
Yeah, until you fall into, like, rebar like, sticking straight up out of there. Or, like, an old, like, Safeway cart that's been in the canal for 3 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those canals are disgusting.
They are disgusting. And if you look at them, they look kind of neat, right? If you, like, remember, like, flying over them. But you realize under there's like bodies and carts.
I told you about the time I was biking by the canal and I saw this homeless lady just literally taking a shit in the canal.
No.
She was like hanging onto like the railing and just was like ass hanging over the water and just taking a shit into the canal.
Oh my God.
I was like, what is going on here? And I'm like, of course I'm going to fucking look as I'm riding by. I'm like, you're taking a shit in the middle of the canal. Like, what do you expect on a bike path or multi-use pass?
Yeah, yeah. So I was talking to John Kray, and how many Erie schools do you think there are in the valley? Just like off the top of your head,
6 or 7,
7, 8.
Yeah, maybe. There's yours, Paul's. There's Dark Matter, Tempe, right?
Yep.
Vargas, North Phoenix,
Goodyear.
Gray Wolf. I think that's it.
There's got to be another one.
No, I think that's it. There's nobody in Scottsdale, which, hey,
there's no one in Scottsdale.
No. The closest one is that North Phoenix one.
Yeah.
We don't have anything North Valley.
Yeah. Yeah, but it just seems like just me, Paul, Kray, and Ruben are like the most active, like trying to get the groups together. I know Q tries to, but he travels so much, and he's like super supportive.
Yeah.
I just wish we could do more stuff. You know what I mean? More stuff with him involved.
And that Phoenix gym is basically Goodyear. They're like sister schools.
Yeah.
Not quite to, I think a little more to the level than I think, because I always consider like East Mesa and Arizona kind of sister schools.
Yeah, we are.
But like I feel like those schools are the same school. There's 2 different locations.
Yeah. Is Edra still teaching in the North Phoenix?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Thunderbird or something like that?
Yeah, something way the hell up there off the I-17. Mm-hmm. They got a good mat space. I like that.
Yeah.
Nice big square mat space.
The location is really cool.
Yeah.
All the windows and everything they got. It's really cool.
Yeah, nice and open. I mean, nobody beats Goodyear though.
That place is huge, man.
They have so much mat space.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Plus, like, it's just so big. So when you have like 100 students in there, it doesn't feel like you're melting.
Right.
A lot of the places you do that, and it's just there's so many warm bodies.
And you can't roll, and but in Goodyear you totally can.
Yeah.
I've never been there where you like. I mean, I've ran into people rolling, but it's not that bad.
It's never super awful.
Yeah.
Like the last time we did the the big group open mat there, that was awesome.
Yeah.
It was no problem.
Yeah, there was a lot of people on the mats. Yeah. So the biggest issue really, I think, for most schools is like, it's not the mat space. It's like having places for people to like change. You know, that's really
bathrooms.
That's really hard, man. That's really hard because most places have like 2.
Yeah.
You know, and then you've got like 100 people for an open mat with 2 bathrooms. It makes it really difficult.
Yeah, but it's like for the most part, 2 or 3 is enough.
Yeah.
Until you have 100 people
right.
there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Then it makes it
like
tough.
a normal class day. You're like, oh, this is fine.
Yeah. It makes it tough.
I always joke like everyone seems to have to take a shit right after class. All I want to do is change.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a really a double-edged sword, man, especially when you're teaching all day.
Yeah.
It's like you can either not eat and be starving when you get home, or you can have a snack and then you got to poop at 6 when you're teaching, because that's happened to me.
Yeah, I think you're just projecting.
Yeah, that happened the other night. It was like 7, and as soon as I started
Let's bow in. I gotta go take a shit.
As soon as we bowed in, I was like, oh no. So I got them warmed up, and then I just kind of split them up into groups of 3s, and we did those like 2 minutes each kind of thing.
Try not to kill each other. Yeah. I'll be back.
No, I had a brown belt on the match. I was like, you're supervising. I'll be right back. So yeah, that happened.
Was it Carlos?
No, it was Bo Kim. Yeah. He's a good dude. I really like having him.
Because if it's Carlos, he makes the white belts heel hook each other. So.
That's Colin.
Yeah, Colin for sure.
Colin for sure. Yeah, yeah. And then
he'll throw a knife in there and just be like, "Hey, let's see what happens."
I believe he would do that. Yes, I believe he would do that. Yeah, yeah. He came up in a really like legit school. Like his instructor, like
I wonder what happened.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, every place has to have their worst guy.
Yeah.
That's so messed up. Sorry, Colin. If you're listening, I apologize. Mostly I'm kidding.
One time, Paul was, I think Nick Naw and maybe I can't remember who else was there, but like, Rob was there.
Yeah. Rob's fucking hilarious.
And this is what makes it funny. Rob being there is what made this funny. Rob was there and Billy were there, and Paul kind of makes this comment, something to the effect of like, and we're gonna have a really good brown belt here, and Rob's like, yeah, not just the regular okay ones. The world's most okayest brown belt.
That's a coffee mug if I ever heard one. Oh my
Even
God.
when Paul's trying to be nice, he just kind of like accidentally shits on you.
Yeah.
It was really funny though, because it's Rob. Rob's so self-deprecating.
Yeah, he's hilarious. Remember in Vegas when we accused him of leaving us, and then no, we left him.
He's like, I went to take a piss, and I came back, and you were gone. We didn't know you went. And then he went back to that bar he was shitting on the whole time.
He went back to the
where all the
Hogs and Heifer.
Yeah, the girls just talk shit, and they're just all idiots. He loved that place.
I hate that bar.
I do too, but we always kind of end up
We
there.
end up at that bar every. You know why? Because it's like off the Fremont where it's fucking chaos, and then you get kind of that break.
Yeah,
and then you walk in, there's a lady yelling into a bullhorn and some girl twerking on the freaking bar, and
it's a very trashy bar.
It's very trashy.
I mean, that's what it's supposed to be, a trashy.
It's never empty.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was also not busy.
And then you had the guys punching that.
The dorks.
Whatchamacallit?
Just the punching machine.
Machine, whatever the hell it is.
The thing that like gives you random numbers.
Well, I guess it's a good thing, right? I mean, since
hey, before we get too far on it, I want to remind everybody that Rob put Aaron Wilson to sleep.
Did he really?
Yeah.
When was that?
I don't know. He just needs everyone to know that.
Are you setting poor Rob up for death to get killed? I don't think that's true, everybody.
It actually is true.
When did he do that?
Aaron was covering a class, and he was like, I think he was just kind of taking it easy, and then got in a spot and was like, oh, I'm going to get out of this, and then
went to sleep?
Yep.
Oh, that's funny.
But now we give Rob shit. He's like, you guys need to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you're going to get him killed. Yeah, no one needs to know. No one needs to know.
Well, now they do.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
The funny thing is, Rob
at least 12 people know now.
Rob got a stripe like maybe a week or two later, and I was like, he's like, is this for putting Aaron to sleep?
What was the text message he sent to us in Vegas? Like, where are you guys hanging out before I buy this adult movie for $14.99?
At his motel.
Oh my God. Oh shit, that was funny.
Rob's hilarious.
He is hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's quick. He's quick too, man. And his self-deprecating humor is not like over the top.
Right.
Like it's good. It's
Well, he doesn't actually hate himself. He
Right.
just like knows how to like make fun of himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where the hell has he been? I haven't seen him in a minute.
He shows up like once a week now. It's like he's kind of he's not very consistent.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean he works construction, so he's always just fucking beat.
Yeah.
So and he goes right after his workday in Nepal's. Sometimes he'll go home and he'll just like take a nap and then never wake up.
Yeah, wake up at 9 at night.
Yeah.
Oh shit, might as well stay asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah. I don't envy that.
No. So coming up on December, man, I wish things would just slow down a little bit. We got so much shit going on, dude.
Kelsey was just complaining. I'm like, the holidays are the busy time of the year,
Yeah.
not the time to relax. Because we
They're
were just
not.
like going from one thing to the other thing to the next thing, and what's tomorrow? It's another thing.
Yeah,
Just
because
like,
I've got Vegas the weekend of the 1st. I've got tournament weekend of the 9th. Promotions at Q's on the 16th. Promotions at my place on the 23rd.
promotion.
One promotion.
You can't say promotions. It's in
Promotion.
person.
Yeah, and then
Are we doing anything else?
for that day?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Carlos and I were talking about that, and I think that instead of
It's not really a time to celebrate. It's kind of more like a condolence.
yeah, it's somber.
Yeah.
It's a somber day. No, we were saying that instead of, going out and taking over a bar, like some people can't afford $75 in a night, right? And that's basically what you're staring at when you go drinks and food and,
Yep.
bring your family, stuff like that.
True.
So we were like, we could probably feed everybody for $175.
Yeah, you should just put it on the East Mesa tab.
No, damn it. No, I think we'll just do like main course potluck type thing like we always do.
Yeah.
And, just have some drinks and food and stuff like that. And
Everyone hang out at the school.
yeah, everybody hang out because out back it's perfect. I have tables, chairs, all that stuff. So
You get an awning or whatever.
yeah, it's not that big a deal. So, and it's beautiful out, man. Fucking
It's perfect.
70 degrees.
December, it might be too cold.
Might be 60.
72.
Might be 60. 68. Might be 68. Yeah. So, no, we're really excited about that. We just had a conversation today with Paul, and, Paul was just letting him know that, Paul, I think he does it right. He just says, just invite everybody. Anybody who's been a part of your path, just invite them.
Yeah.
I hesitate to call it journey because that seems like ridiculous, but
Because it's lame.
yeah, it's kind of lame. But
Cliche.
but it is cliche, but there's some cliches that are pretty true because it is a path, it is a journey, it is a something that you. Oh man, it's tough.
Can you feel my eyes rolling in the back of my head?
I can feel it. Yeah,
That was my one goal.
but it's the truth.
I think you do like the little black belt speech when you get your black belt or whatever. I was like, the only thing I was like, I'm not going to say the word journey once.
I don't think I said it. I was too busy crying.
I'm sure. Yeah, you were definitely
I ugly cried.
sobbing.
Yeah, it was awesome though. I'll never forget that day.
Melissa cried today.
Melissa?
Yeah, she looked like she was the one that got her blue belt.
Yeah.
Ruben was saying some good shit.
Yeah.
Ruben's a good talker, man.
He is. He's like,
Yeah.
you got anything to say? I'm not following you, man.
Fuck
Yeah.
you.
But I mean, the thing is, like, and I meant what I said. Like, it's hard to figure out who's related to who at Vargas because they're all so fucking close.
Yeah, they're all family. Yeah.
They're all family, dude.
Which is like another cliche.
yeah,
right? But
no,
like it's
man,
true.
it's next level with Ruben. Like,
Yeah.
you've got a good group of people when everybody was a white belt for 7 years and no one said shit.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
You got a good group of people when you need to move.
Yeah.
And they actually show up.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to help you move.
But the thing is, like, for those of you that don't know, Proving Ground MMA and Vargas Jiu-Jitsu is on the west side, but just the family atmosphere there is like next level. I mean, I can't describe it, man. And Ruben is always like so gracious. Like I just show up, man, because like I don't know, that's where everybody's going, you know. But it's a big deal to him, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Well,
and I enjoy being out there because like everyone is super welcoming. Like,
yeah. Well, they want to kill you. Don't get me wrong. They'll kill you.
Isn't that what I said?
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, that that was really cool. I really enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she cried. There's a couple people getting teary eyed.
Yeah, the stuff he says, he means, and he's like, it's very like heartfelt
from the heart,
and true. You
Yeah,
know, you don't. No one like bullshits those conversations or those speeches or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, and I really liked what he said. I can't remember the guy that was, his kids are doing like all kinds of activities, and he still makes sure that they like get in there and they train jiu-jitsu, and he trains jiu-jitsu. And he was just saying that he was telling him like, don't forget all the positive stuff that jiu-jitsu has done for you because of all the effort you put into it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'm paraphrasing the because of the effort, but I'm pretty sure that's what he meant. You know what I mean? Like, don't take the foot off the gas. Like, this is what got you here.
Well, I like the black belt of the blue belt, or what was it called? Blue belts or the black belts of quitting or something. I don't know who said that because it wasn't me. I was just joking. I was just like, it sounds like something I'd say.
Yeah. Well, he asked me if I said it. I was like, I'm gonna steal it, but I didn't say it.
We've talked about it before. It's true. You know, blue belts quit, and he's just like, hey, I like what he was saying. He's like, I know you're going to be a black belt someday. Like saying that kind of things to those people. I think even if you don't see that necessarily in somebody, I think just saying something like that to somebody, I think it makes you're basically talking him into believing it.
Yeah.
You know, and then that's going to get that person to be like, I can't quit because I'm going to be a black belt someday.
Yeah. Well, and it'll get somebody that's not getting promoted that day think like, I want coach to say that about me one day.
Yeah.
You know, and get them to step up a little bit. So
that's a cool thing to say.
Yeah.
Or if you're like a blue belt or a white belt, that's
very
a cool
flattering
thing to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very flattering.
And we've all known people like that, and we know people like that, right? You're like, oh, I 100% know that person's going to be a black belt someday.
For sure. Yeah.
You know.
And how many people do you think were going to be black belts that quit?
Probably
twice
more
as
people.
many.
Way more people.
Probably twice as many, man. Yeah.
So it means that we're a bad judge of character.
Yeah, we suck at this. We suck at this. But you just never know, man. Like, what's his name? Oh gosh,
what's his name and address?
Black belt. He's got a tattoo of an anchor on his neck. Right.
Oh, that narrows it down.
Oh, gosh, what's his name?
Oh, you're talking about Daniel Rodriguez.
Daniel Rodriguez. Yes, I knew it was an R name. Yeah, Daniel Rodriguez. Daniel once told me, I think I was a purple belt at the time. I might have just got my purple, and he was like, "Yeah, I never thought you'd stay." Mm-hmm. And at first I thought, "Hey, fuck you, man." But it's true. Like, you know, I was not.
You're just another like out of shape.
Yeah,
you know, guy.
And at that time, people like me didn't last there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people like me threw up in the bathroom and then left.
Yeah,
you know,
it's hard.
Didn't even say goodbye.
Right.
Yeah. So it's very. I took that as a compliment. You know, but I think he meant it as one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I probably should not have come back. You know, but I just kept coming back.
Or at least if you were the normal, typical person, you wouldn't have.
If I had a half a brain,
yeah,
I should have just left.
Yeah, you just fuck this.
Fuck this.
This is stupid.
If I want this kind of abuse, I'll hang out with my wife.
I'd rather watch football and drink beer every weekend. Why would I want to be like cutting weight and being healthy?
Yeah, that's gosh, man. Yeah, but I don't regret any of it, man. Obviously, you know, I don't regret it, but I don't know very many people that do regret sticking with it.
I mean, I know people who are like, when they have their first real injury, and especially when it's late, you know, like brown or black belt, when they have their first real injury, and they're like, your life's committed into jiu-jitsu at that point, right?
Yeah.
Like we've talked about it before. It's like you've broken up with girlfriends because they weren't in as much as you were, like, or at least allowing you to be in as much as you were, and you're like, hey, see ya.
Yeah.
Or something, you know, something like that. But it's like you get that first real injury, and you're like, oh no.
Yeah.
Is this worth it?
Yeah. Did you ever feel like, I mean, you know, some people told me like not black belts, blue belts will quit because like they feel they've plateaued in their training.
I've heard that before.
Have you ever felt that way?
No.
I've
always been, I guess, self-aware enough to know that like when you're plateauing, it's because your teammates are learning your shit.
Yeah.
And that means you either need to get better at your shit or you need to try other shit.
Yeah. Well, I think what helped me a lot was I always try to implement something like every year. Mm-hmm. Every year I tell myself, this is when I'm going to work into my game. And next year it's going to be just cross-collar chokes from mount. That's all I want to do. That's all I want to do next
That's
year.
real fucking lame, but okay.
Yeah, I know it's lame, but I'm fucking doing it. I mean, everybody's like, oh, spider guard, lasso guard, blah, 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 all this other shit. What about the basic shit? Like just
Wrist
finishing
locks.
people out. Wrist locks.
Everywhere.
I almost got one today.
I got a bunch today.
Yeah.
There's a lot of new blue belts.
Yeah. Yeah.
My favorite is from the lasso when they go to like try to tuck their hand.
Oh yeah.
Just bam.
Yeah. 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 I checked Sean Academia with that the other day. He's like, as soon as he went and I hit it, I was like, thanks.
Well, the thing is, it's like if you really want to finish it, you got to slap it. You got to fucking punch their wrist.
Yeah, you got to punch
which
it.
you're gonna hurt your partner.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do.
I just in class, I just use it to be like, "Are you sure you want to try to escape my lasso?"
Yep. No, I love Sean too much to do that to him. But yeah, it's been what were we saying? Blue belts quitting. Yeah, I've always had this attitude like towards myself, like I implemented the second part of it later, but the first one was like, who the fuck do you think you are? When I think, oh, I'm too good for this, or when I think, this is, I'm plateauing in my training, I was like, who the fuck do you think you are?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You should really ask yourself that, because I think when you ask yourself that, you realize how silly you're being.
Yeah.
Because there's people with coral belts who are still learning.
Yeah.
And you don't know shit. At blue belt, I'm sorry, you're still making, I hate to tell you this, but you're making blue belt mistakes.
Yeah.
Most blue belts.
God, isn't that? Do you remember, like when you're a blue belt and you're rolling with other blue belts and you feel like this is the pinnacle? It's got to be.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because like I remember at Paul's, like we had like when we were blue belts, it's like all of our like the highest level guys were like purple belts, maybe one brown belt,
if that. Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And now now it's like a bunch of brown belts, a bunch of black belts.
Yeah.
Like I remember rolling with like Jose Buffonda when I was a white belt and thinking like blue belt, man, that's like those guys are good. And now as a black belt, you roll with a blue belt and you're like,
meh. Yeah, whatever.
You're like, wow, that was. I mean, it's like you're getting good.
Yeah.
Like holy shit, that's sloppy.
Yeah. Well, with the exception of people like the kids that have come up in jiu-jitsu, guys that went from green belt to blue belt, they'll whip my ass.
No, you can't say that because they're 16 and their heads will just go.
No, they can whip my ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty easy. Yeah.
We have a couple of young blue belts that you got to be mean to them.
Yeah,
you got to be mean to them.
Be mean to them.
They're at that age where they're
Get it
like,
in now.
They're being little shitheads, and you're like, they think their shit doesn't stink, and I'm like,
yeah,
I'm not gonna take it easy on you.
I'm gonna squash you. I'm gonna sit here and squash you.
Mount you and just smother you.
He didn't do any.
With your dad sitting in the chair over here.
He didn't do anything. He just sat on me. You're damn right. I just sat on you. Yeah.
And you couldn't get me off of you.
That's right.
That's your job.
Right. That's your job. Damn it. Yeah, man. No, it's always a mystery, man. It's always a mystery, like why people quit. But again, like the two things I tell myself are, who do you think you are, and why not you? Why not you? I mean, really, like I never thought I'd be a black belt, but why not? Why not me? And once I started thinking in those terms, it kind of opened up a lot of possibilities. Like, could you win this tournament? Why not you? Why not?
I think a lot of times you're like, the reality is like it takes a long time to get your blue belt, and that's just one belt, right? So you're like
one, yeah.
And then you look down the line and you're like, I am so far away from that. And like I think it's a lot of times you're either, I mean, it's really short-sighted, right? You're just like, obviously like you and I have over, a decade of jiu-jitsu, right? Which isn't even a lot compared to a lot of people, like a lot of our peers even, right?
Yeah.
Have been doing jiu-jitsu for decades.
Yeah.
Right. But like I could see being like year 2 and you're like, oh, I have another 8 or whatever to go. Right. Like that seems like it's like something that you can't accomplish. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're just like, I think it breaks some people.
But all it takes is packing your bag.
Just being in class every day.
Pack your bag and just fucking throw it in the car, drive in after work and just put a fake smile on your face.
I think some people just focus too much on the end of end, quote unquote, right? Because it's not the end, right? Obviously.
It's not even close, man. It's like literally you've reached the bottom of the mountain.
Yeah, God, we're full of cliches today.
Yeah, but it's true. It's true.
It's only the beginning once you get your black belt.
I felt like a new guy. Definitely when I got my black belt. But
you should have tried rolling with Olive.
Why? Why are you trying to get me killed? I think it would kill me by accident. Oh shit, I broke him. Well, what are you gonna do?
Pokes you with a stick. What do we do with this?
Somebody get this guy off the mats. I think he pooped himself.
I think he's wearing a gi. Yeah, see, that's another gi benefit, right?
Yeah, wear black gis.
Yeah. And your little log doesn't fucking roll out of your short shorts.
No, I buy Under Armour, so it's going to stay in there. It's going to stay in there. But yeah, I mean, Ruben's place is nice, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I like that they added the extra bathroom too.
Yeah. And the
secret bathroom.
The secret bathroom. And the bags that he has now, and it's impressive, man. I walked in, I was very impressed.
Well, it helps when you have someone who does all of the merchandising.
Oh yeah, I guess so, right? Yeah.
Kate has her own office there, man.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
But she does good stuff there too.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to get some shirts. I think I'm going to go to all black shit. Shirts, everything. Everything's going to be black.
Oh, I thought you meant like gis.
No. I don't dictate like gi color. Like wear one, don't. I don't give a shit.
I just meant for your own self, because I'm all about the black gi life.
I like different colors.
I like different colors too, but there's nothing worse than a white gi that's overstayed its welcome.
Well, you're disgusting, so that doesn't help.
Well, unlike you, I actually train.
Whatever. Yeah. If you call sticking your hands in your belt and walking around telling people what to do training, yeah,
God,
you do a lot of that.
how cool do you look?
You do look pretty cool, especially when you got hair product in.
I don't remember the last time I bought hair product.
I was talking about me.
Yeah. I'm losing my hair. That's why I'm wearing a hat.
Yeah. Disgusting. People lose their hair.
At least I kept my mustache, bitch.
I couldn't handle it, dude. I'm sorry, dude, but I was just thinking, man, F men's health, dude. I tried.
They don't even want it.
They don't even look. You're grown-ups. Go get checked out. For crying out loud, go get checked by a doctor. Get blood work. Get the finger in your butt. Be a man.
You might like it.
You might like it. You just might like it. I would argue that most men do. Okay. Don't they knock you out now when they start checking you?
Why are you asking me?
You? I don't know.
I'm like 30.
Well, you should probably get your butt checked.
37.
Yeah, dude, my face was itchy all the time. I kept biting it. Ugh, gross. Anyway,
Dude,
no more mustache.
You can trim a mustache.
I'm not gonna take the time. I know me.
I mean, unless
I
you
did
want to
trim
look
it
like Colin,
all the way off.
You can look, yeah, good trim.
I'm just gonna lie to Colin and be like, "Oh, I hit it, I nicked it, and then I messed it up, so I had to shave it."
Yeah. Otherwise, you were gonna go. We'll go Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
Not the Hitler stash.
Yeah, man. We're actually talking about that. Not Hitler and Charlie Chaplin, but like
the Jordan, Michael Jordan.
No, Hugo Boss. What was another company that
Volkswagen,
Adidas, Volkswagen,
all these German companies that were definitely in the Nazi stuff.
Yeah, they were on the inside, and they didn't even rebrand. Like, fuck it.
Like, fuck it, whatever.
They're like, fuck it, just go with it.
Yeah.
And people were like, oh, I'm gonna buy Hugo Boss. That sounds awesome. Yeah, dude.
Whatever. Yeah, it's a manufacturer.
Yeah. They didn't even rebrand. They're like, screw it, just run with it.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
World War II lesson here for everybody.
Right. Done.
You're probably wearing clothes that were designed for the Nazis.
I hope not.
I hope not. I can't afford Hugo Boss.
I'm either. No, I'm not rich.
Yeah.
I'm not rich.
I mean, yeah, you don't even have a job.
I don't have a job. We're talking about, oh gosh. So I want to do like a power hour for my coaches during the day, or just go out there and just do an hour, just rolls. And we're trying to figure out like what day, know.
It'll never happen.
And no one is, we've been doing it. We did it for the past couple of weeks, but we just got to figure, we want to put like one day on the books. And everybody's like, oh, I can't, I have work or whatever. And I said, look, if there's one thing that owning an academy has taught me, is you can survive on way less than you're making right now.
Yeah.
Way less than you're making right now.
You might not want to.
Trust me. Trust me, you can do it. But
just
anyway.
get rid of some of your kids. Like all you guys got too many kids. Let's be real.
Yeah. Do they really need a college fund? I doubt it.
Do you need to? Do they even need to be fed? Come on.
That's a problem with the world. It's too easy. Getting food is too easy. We should, sharpen them up.
Yeah, back to hunting.
Make them hunt their own food. Oh my god. Oh yeah, here we go. Let's piss D off again. Oh my god. Yeah. What's your first hunt of the year?
So on the first, I can't hunt anything. Well, I guess technically I can hunt bear till the end of the year, but I've just not been motivated to go do that shit. So I'm gonna wait.
Is a bear hunt in Arizona worth it?
I'm sure it is for some people who are good at finding bear. I'm not.
Can you bait them here?
No.
Oh, you can't.
On the reservation, you can do that, but those tags are really expensive, and I'm pretty sure you have to be guided. So you
what does the tag cost on the res?
I don't know. I think it's thousands of dollars.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. So, if you're like a normal, Venetian and you want to go hunt the reservation, you have to go to like their game and fish, and you have to buy their tags. And like I said, I'm pretty sure you have to pay for their like a guide.
Yeah.
Or something like that. I'm not 100% sure if that's the case, but it's not cheap.
Yeah. I wonder why they do that. Oh, well, I imagine conservation, right? But I mean, I wonder if they have a lot of hunters that require keeping other people out.
I think it's just kind of like it's a good revenue stream for them.
Yeah.
And
they don't fence it, so the product are just coming and going.
Well, the product of running the system where it's so like, few and far between people that can actually go do those hunts, like for elk or mule deer or whatever it is. They have huge elk, huge mule deer.
Well, yeah,
big bears.
Yeah,
because those animals know that like the old smart ones, they go to the reservation, the ones that live around there, because they're just not pressured like they are.
Yeah.
In any of the units that surround those areas.
Yeah. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
That would make sense as to why. I mean, you're probably, if you go like on a really good high fence hunt in Texas or one of those places, you're probably going to pay a few $1,000 anyway.
Yeah. Just
to be there. So it makes sense.
Yeah. So it's not cheap. I mean, like you saw, like, I don't know if you did or not, like Cameron Haynes went and did a San Carlos hunt, and I guarantee that guy paid $20,000 to be out there.
Well, I mean, his sponsors paid $20,000 to be out there.
Yeah. So,
I mean, he openly says it though. It's not like he's like, oh, by the way, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think he was talking to Remy Warren, and he was saying like they were talking about a hunt that he wants to do. He's like, oh yeah, man, Under Armour will pay for that. That type of shit. So.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, right? I mean, that's how they get the the good footage. No one wants to see, this. I mean, he's an influencer. Right?
Yeah,
he's a hunting influencer. No one wants to see a hunting influencer killing like some spike.
Yeah,
right. They want this guy killing a huge, 400 bull.
Yeah, I think Cameron Haynes is doing like podcasts and shit like that full time now.
Yep. Yeah, he quit his job.
Wow,
must be nice.
He was pretty big on like keeping his job. He worked for like the city or something like that.
Yeah, something. Yeah, in Oregon. Yeah, he was doing some sort of like city job. And now he got out of that.
That's cool. Yeah, good for him. Yeah, he worked hard, man.
Now he gets to do what he loves for a living.
Yeah. Well, he was doing it anyway, but now he doesn't have to. Yeah, he gets paid to do it.
Yeah, paid enough to.
No, that's cool.
Have his house, his cars.
Yeah. He was doing like a Raptor giveaway and $10,000 or something like that on his website.
Yeah, I looked into that. I was like, yeah, you have to like buy a bunch of these like bracelets and shit. I'm like,
oh, really?
Someone else can win this. I don't care.
Buy a bunch of bracelets?
Yeah, it was like, it wasn't just like a free sign up. You had to like buy, like, those like little, like, remember like the little Live Strong bracelets, those yellow Live Strong?
The yellow ones.
They're like those, just like those cheap like silicone bracelets.
Okay.
It was like buy 10 of them, buy 20 of them. I was like,
and was each one like an entry ticket to the? Okay.
Yeah.
So that truck was going to pay for itself anyway.
Yeah. So I was just kind of like, nope, I'm good. I don't need a bracelet.
Yeah, we were talking about the TRX and the Raptors because Carlos had one, and I asked him, I was like, when you went to go buy it, is it like the Raptor where they tell you, like, you ask them to take a test drive, they're like, no.
Yeah, I mean, it's $100,000 truck.
Yeah, you're either going to buy it or you're not. You're not getting a test drive. Yeah. But there's like lots full of trucks that are like $100,000 that are just sitting there.
Well, they priced themselves out. The guys you want those trucks aren't making hundreds of $1,000s a year.
Yeah, and it was that remember that pandemic year where like, oh, we don't have parts and we don't have chips and there's no inventory, and now they got inventory, and now they're just like sitting on it because they overpriced it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And well, they're trying to like mark, because there was that short period of time where the supply was well below the demand, and now people are like, I don't need another truck.
No, hell no.
Yeah.
What the hell for?
Not for $100,000.
Fuck no, dude. I listen. Even if I could afford it,
why? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I would have a hard time doing it just because it's the principle of it. Because that is not a $100,000 truck.
No,
there's no fucking way.
There's no such thing as a $100,000 truck.
No. Have you seen those? Those e-trucks? Those electronic ones. Those the battery ones.
Are you talking about the? Oh, you're talking about the Revions, or is that what they're called?
I don't know. There's several. Like
Ford
has one.
And stuff.
Yeah, Ford has one, and
well, there's that one. I think it's called Ravion or something like that. But like they have like
they're weird.
like they'll lower themselves while they're in town, and then if you want to go off roading, it'll lift itself.
Yeah, and that fucking thing's gonna break.
Yeah,
in the middle of your route.
All 300 miles you get out of a charge. Good luck.
Yeah, and I think the battery's like, if I remember correctly, well, at least on the Ford truck, it was like an 8,000 pound battery.
Oh,
and it takes 2 of them.
Yeah.
16,000 pounds in batteries? Like, how much does a truck weigh right now?
Well, you know, a Tesla is a super heavy vehicle, right?
Well, I'm sure it's all batteries.
Yeah.
It's all battery. And is it bulletproof, apparently? Fuck.
Well, I guess the new one is.
Yeah, it's wild, man.
That Cybertruck thing, which is the ugliest vehicle that has ever been put on the road.
Are you sure?
I can't think of an uglier one. Can you?
I don't
Fiat
know.
500, an old Fiat 500, still better looking.
Shout out to the Fiat if you want to sponsor the show. That truck is weird looking. Definitely the.
I've heard that the build quality, like people who've like I've watched a couple like car influencer pages on YouTube, and a couple of them who've had like close looks to them are like the paneling is like gapped all weird. Like some have like thinner gaps, some have bigger gaps. It's like it's put together like shit. It's from what I've heard.
Yeah.
Or what I've seen on like the tubes.
I can't imagine that they're mass produced.
I mean, he was on the JRE podcast talking about how like it's not necessarily the designing of the vehicle that costs a lot. It's designing the mass production, because you have to make plants to build these parts efficiently.
Yeah, and you got to put them together. You got to paint them.
Yeah,
you got to make them look like a car.
Yeah,
you got to make them semi-luxurious. I mean, people will buy garbage if you market it right. And Elon is a fucking expert.
Look at all the Android owners.
Yeah. Dude, we were talking about that today. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'd love to call you, but I had to do 30 updates. So I had to wait 24 hours before I could call you. Yeah. Fucking Android. Yeah. So I work for a company, and this is going to get me in trouble. I don't care. I work for a company that gave us these Microsoft phones. Have you ever used a Microsoft phone?
Mm-mm.
It is a hunk of shit. It is a hunk of shit. Anyway,
is the idea like kind of like a workbook where it's like a working person's phone?
Yeah. Yeah. So you can make your home screen any way you want, any block that you want, just like you would on Microsoft. Remember that? I think it was like Microsoft 10 where everything was like touch screen and you could build anything you want. You could have Word on there and just poke it and Word comes up, shit like that. So same thing on this fucking screen. It was garbage, dude. So I'm in this meeting, this like sales meeting, and there's like a regional sales, emperor, whatever the fuck he was. But he was in there and we're talking, and I'm fairly new. So he's like, "Oh, what do you think so far?" And I'm like, "Man, great company. I mean, I'm really excited. We got company cars. It's really cool." And I said, I think you should fire every salesperson in here and hire whoever sold the company this hunk of shit, because he is a hell of a salesman. He may have been the guy that bought it. I don't know, but
what do you mean? He left the country. He sold that shit and he was like, "Gotcha, bitch." He's in fucking the Bahamas,
dude. It was the biggest hunk of shit, man. They eventually went to iPhones, but yeah, they went through this phase where, and once you got the phone, you had to have it for 2 years, just like a regular phone, before you could trade it in for your iPhone. I was counting the days. I hated that phone.
I remember arguing with one of my friends once, like years and years and years ago, about like, he was an Android guy, obviously, and I was like more into the iPhones. And I was like, the iPhone like user interface is just so much like more simple and like intuitive. He's like, "Yeah, you're just too dumb to use an Android." I was like, "No, it's just a fucking better designed product.
It's a way better design."
How is that your argument? This is harder to use.
Yeah. I'm smarter than you are. No, you're not. Trust me.
Not if you chose that.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, just the whole setup was such a pain in the ass. We had Androids for a minute, and we revolted. Nobody wanted them. They were so bad.
The user interface is just dog shit.
Yeah,
nothing's intuitive about it.
Yeah, and they were like, "Oh, well, you're married to the Apple stuff." I'm like, you kind of are.
Yeah, I'm married to functionality.
Yeah,
you're correct. Yeah, efficiency and functionality. Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's how do you make that decision? You know what I mean? Like, it's got to happen at an early age, right? Like,
I guess. I think some people, well, I was going to say some people make it their personality. They're like, "I'm never going to go to iPhone." But then there's also people who are like, "My personality is iPhone."
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so.
I don't know. Not everyone's pragmatic about it. I'm like, iPhones just work.
Yeah.
I've had Androids over the years. I've had iPhones. I've had way more issues with any of the Android products. LG, Motorola. All the companies that like make different Android products. You're just like, they're just always pieces of shit.
They are. And now
always
they get this like book thing. Have you seen that?
So
where the phone opens up like a book.
Stupid, yeah.
That's a fucking disaster waiting to happen.
It just looks so ugly.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. You have this like weird crease in the screen right where it folds. It's like it's not like it's seamless.
Right. Yeah. Like, here, let me show you this picture bigger. Why I could totally see it.
Yeah.
Just like that.
It's right. It's in my hand.
I can see it. Let me show you this video of my kid that you don't want to watch bigger.
Look, my kid kicked a ball.
Yeah, no one cares. No one cares. As a matter of fact, that's the last time the video is going to be watched.
Yeah. Oh, it's like every time you go to like a concert or anything like that, and everyone's like filming all of this shit or live streaming it. Like,
no,
great. None of your fucking friends want to see any of that shit,
dude. No, my favorite,
and you'll never look at it again.
My favorite is they're holding it in front of their eyes. And they're watching the fucking show through their phone. I'm like, if you look over your phone, the fucking the fucking display is amazing. Like you can see more, believe it or not.
Or when they're like selfieing themselves, it's like, I want to make myself part of this.
Yeah. Oh my God. Ugh. Yeah. Or I think that's not as bad as the person that posts those videos on YouTube, like blah 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 in concert 1985 or whatever fuck it is 2005, and they fucking post a video and it's just shit. Yeah. It's just shit. It's them moving. You hear them, what's going on. You hear them singing over the singer, and their voice sucks. Yeah, those are just garbage.
Nobody wants to see that shit. Who are you? Who the fuck are you?
Who the fuck do you think you are? You should really ask yourself that a lot. Who the fuck do you think you are?
God, when you're pontificating on the internet, who the
fuck do you think you are?
When you start your own podcast,
who the fuck do you think you are? Yes, exactly. Yeah, this is like, my 12 listeners love this podcast, damn it.
All 12 of them.
All 12 listeners.
Tens of you.
We are entertaining dozen.
And pissing off another dozen. That's why I like that everything's gone on the Reels stuff, because the Reels is where like anybody could watch it.
Dude. Yeah.
And it just gets dirty in there.
It gets dirty. It's so dirty. It's so amazing. Like I know like most of these guys commenting are taking a shit. Like I know it, right? And people just get so mad about the silliest things. Mm-hmm. Just silly things. Like they can't just let it go. They got to say something.
God, you should find a way that you can like find like the worst people that have ever commented and have them on the podcast.
Oh, that'd be so great. I actually have one guy. Gosh, I can't remember what his handle is. It's not his name because that's too easy.
Is it Big Dick 69?
No. I can't remember it. It's like several words. I don't know
what's his name and social security number.
You want his address? But first 5 comments was all shitting on the podcast. Next 10 comments was why he should be on the podcast. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, you hate the show, but you want to be on?
He's like, I could fix him.
He even...
What are you, my ex?
He even offered to pay for the episode. I'm like, no one gets paid for the episode, dude. Like,
what do you think this is? That's how I know you can't fix this.
Yeah.
Because you have no idea how this fucking works.
You're that dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think the majority of the podcasts you listen to, they're making, like, they're living off a podcast. It's like, there's millions of fucking podcasts out there.
Yeah.
There's 3 that are making a ton of money.
There's a few that are making money. This isn't one of them, trust me.
Some people just like the sound of their own voice.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Put that on a reel.
Get on it, Steven. Oh my God. Yeah. He was like, I told him, I said, I got a podcast tomorrow. I was talking to him yesterday. I said, I got a podcast tomorrow with Tojo, and then I got another one with John Kray and his crew. And he's like, what are you and Tojo going to talk about? I was like, nothing important. Yeah. Just fucking, we're probably just going to talk shit.
See what we can do to potentially get canceled.
Or at least piss somebody off.
Yeah.
But John Kray is like a gold mine for clicks.
Yeah.
Gold mine. Because at a quick glance, looks like Gordon Ryan. At a quick glance.
Just because he's got like the white hair.
The beard and everything. People click on it. It's like, oh, fucking, and they'll comment.
Fuck,
too.
it's just this old guy.
Yeah. They'll comment. They'll comment that he looks like Gordon Ryan.
Well, I mean, he's probably a lot like Gordon Ryan, but with way less injuries.
Right. Yeah. We're just going to leave it at that. You guys can run with that one.
I mean, I'm not saying Gordon Ryan isn't good, but I am saying he's probably called off more fights than he's done.
Yeah, but I mean, I think you don't think the bowel stuff is legit.
Oh, I'm just talking shit.
Oh, okay, all right, fair enough. He has actually. He's called off a lot of fights, but I mean, not being able to eat will affect you. I mean, it's not good. Yeah. Do you remember when Keola was going through that? Were you there? Man, he got skinny, dude.
Yep.
Little bitty. He couldn't eat.
Yeah. He had to have surgery or something, right?
Yeah. So he had I think they call it like a sphincter, like by your stomach, and it was closed.
Yep.
So he was only filling the esophagus and, going down the stomach, and then he'd vomit it because he had nowhere to go.
Right.
And then they had to literally cut around it to allow the food to go around it.
Jesus.
And that's how he's getting food. Yeah.
Not fun.
No, dude. And fuck, man, we thought it, like when you look at him, like he didn't look that skinny last month.
Yeah.
And,
like wasting away.
Yeah. It scared me. But yeah. And then everybody was diagnosing him with acid reflux. They were giving him pills.
Yeah.
That he wasn't able to digest. And things just got worse. But he's better now. So, I mean,
a lot of times people with the acid reflux thing will take too many of those things, and then it basically neutralizes your stomach. So you eat all this food that you're actually not digesting, and you get this like rotten ball of food in your stomach. Damn. Yeah. Ask Amy about that one. I'm sure she's run into that
gross.
At the hospital.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you get this gross infection in your stomach, and no bueno.
Wow.
Those burps got to be awful.
The burps are worse than their farts, obviously.
Kill you. Kill you.
Yeah, and is that just like an imbalance in the stomach?
No, it's like from people who will like overtake antacids.
Oh, okay.
Right, because you're taking a base to neutralize the overproduction of stomach acid.
Yeah,
but they'll like, for whatever reason, they get into this like, oh, I need to take 10 of these or whatever when you only need to take one.
Yeah,
right, and they basically just make it so their stomach can't digest food.
Yeah.
So you eat this food and it just sits in your stomach.
There's no acid.
Yeah, it can't break it down, so it just fucking turns into this ball of food. And anytime food just sits out, it rots. Especially like 98.6 degrees, right? That's perfect for
pretty disgusting.
Making a big bacteria farm, right?
Yeah, it's pretty gross. So one of the things that Amy and I have talked about is actually moving the podcast outdoors, getting a shed out back, and moving the podcast out there. That'd be pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She just wants you the fuck out of the house.
I don't blame her.
Yeah.
I don't blame her, man. Yeah. I'm a pain in the ass.
Make sure you put air conditioning.
Oh, for sure. It's got to be air conditioned year round, basically. Yeah.
I mean, right now it's beautiful out. But.
Yeah. I mean, but think about it. Like we could be doing a podcast, door open, breeze coming in, maybe fuck with a few mosquitoes here and there, but who cares?
The dog's barking.
Not if we put them inside.
Yeah.
Neighbor dogs barking. That'll be a thing.
Yeah. The boxers next door. Out there?
Yes. Yeah. They're 2 boxers. They're cute. They're cute, man. One of them was white with a black spot in the eye. She's cute. The other one is
over the wall yet?
No, they probably could. I bet they could. I mean, they're pretty agile, right? Boxers.
I mean,
your dog could make that jump easy.
She's just
if she chose to.
She just doesn't know yet.
Yeah, if she chose to, she can make that jump easy.
Ripley's she's gonna be a jumper. She can get on the bed now. I'm like, we've had her for like 2 weeks, and now she can get on the bed. I'm like, oh my god, she's gonna be a jumper. And when you bring out food, she is so excited. She'll like hop and do these like little 180s. It's like I don't think she has any control. I think she just springs.
Yeah,
and wherever the body goes, she goes.
That's funny, man. Yeah, we're Ruben and I were talking about academy dogs. He's got a Great Dane that they bring to the academy, and they're set up way better than I am for a dog.
Yeah. Well, they have that like whole back area.
Yeah. But he says that the dog can wander freely and it won't walk on the mats. I was like, that's cool. My dogs would be on the mats. Like, as soon as anybody's on the mats, they would be on the mats. Yes.
Shitting on the mats.
Giant shit. Little shit. They're little dogs. Yeah, but that's cool, man. I think I like the idea of a gym dog more than I'd like to have a gym dog.
Yeah, once you try to apply it, you'll be like, oh, this sucks.
Yeah.
This is way more work than it's worth.
Yeah. I mean, there is no getting away at that point, right? You got to watch the dog the whole time.
Well, and plus he's going to want to go out and take a shit.
Yep.
Yep. Dog's going to dog.
Dog's going to dog. That's for sure.
Maybe he'll attack a kid if you're lucky.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're lucky. God, can you imagine? That would suck.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a liability.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, especially if the kid, the kid can do anything it wants. It's really on the dog not to bite it, right? Yeah. I mean, at that point. But
and kids do whatever they want with dogs, and
they do
get up all in their face. It's like that's why kids get bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Kendall got bit by a dog that was like aggressively barking at her through a fence, and then she put her hand out. So the dog just chomp. Right in the middle of her hand, chomp.
And he's like, fuck off, fuck off, fuck off.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, can we be friends? No, silly. You can't be friends. Yeah.
Yeah, luckily my dogs are like, or at least, I don't know how Ripley's going to be, but Hazel is like a pushover with everybody. So
yeah.
Dogs, cats, people.
That's good. She bark at the window?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She does, but like once someone's in the house, she'll either like become their friend or go hide.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's such a bitch.
Oh, yeah.
But from the window, she's vicious.
She's the baddest motherfucker on the block through the window.
Don't walk by the house, you asshole. Don't make me come out there.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, man. Anyway, so let's talk about goals for next year. I know it's a little early, but what are you going to do next year?
Same thing I do every year.
Try to take over the world?
No, tell people I'm going to train more and compete more, and then don't.
And then don't? Yeah, man. I mean, the only one I really give a shit about is Master Worlds.
I had a lot of fun at Master Worlds, and I'm like, I think I want to do more of the bigger tournaments next year. Like, the Opens are fun and all, but it's just like, they're so hit or miss. Mm-hmm. Like, especially as a Masters athlete, you know this. Like, most of the time you get like one or maybe two other people that show up for your bracket.
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it.
No.
At least with like, if you go to Pans or Worlds or Nationals, you know you're going to have a bracket.
Yeah. Nationals is fun.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I enjoy that one. It's cool.
Because it's like a medium. It's not like an Open, but it's also not like Worlds.
Yeah.
It's like
a
good medium.
It's in between.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pans is good. Pans is a little bit more intense than I
really don't want to go to Florida, but like all the morning guys want to go do Pans next year, and I'm like,
fuck, I'm not going. I'm not going.
Fine.
No way.
I'm probably going to Pans.
Ugh. Yeah. When is that one?
March or April.
Yeah, March. I remember it was always around Jade's birthday.
Yeah. I have not even looked at the calendar for next year.
I looked at it a little bit. World League's going to be in town in March. Of course, the Phoenix Open isn't on the schedule yet. It will be like 3 days before it happens. Yeah. And then, why doesn't anybody go there? Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah. Are you talking about the IBJJF Phoenix Open? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and why do they try to do what time?
June. They do it in June. Why? 120 degrees out.
That's smart.
Yeah. Full benefit.
Right now would be the perfect time to do it.
This is the time to do it. Yeah.
Right now. Like literally any time between I would say October and May would be fine. Mm-hmm. I mean, it gets hot in May, but like
it gets hot in October.
Yeah.
But it's not terrible. It's not 120. It's not June hot.
Not June, July, August.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the last few times it's been June, and it's just been scorching hot. But, I mean, the venues are good. They usually did it at that Scottsdale, whatever the hell it is.
Why. It's probably cheap to have.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Yeah, no one wants to come here.
Nope. Yeah, but that's the problem. It's like...
Yeah, I think the last time I did the Phoenix Open, we had a 5-man bracket. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't too bad.
Did you have to go up or down in weight?
Up. Yeah, I had to go up to 195. And I weighed in like 181.3. Yeah. Won it.
Good.
But, yeah. Yeah.
Did you beat up a bunch of old guys?
Yeah. I'm an old guy. I get to beat up on old guys. That's how it works.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. If I was a young guy beating up on old guys, that'd be messed up.
I mean, steroids help.
A little bit.
Tren. That's not steroid.
What's that?
There's like I don't know if I can't remember if it was a meme or something. It was or a skit. He's like talking about how he's like, do you do steroids? No, they're just on Tren.
What's Tren?
Like Trenabol.
I don't know what that is.
Steroid.
Oh, okay. Okay. It's not a steroid. Oh my God.
But
yep. TRT.
I think that's fair.
BioPro Tech.
I mean, as long as people aren't like, well, first of all, if you're like 20 and you're doing any sort of testosterone replacement, like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Well, yeah, the Rotolo brothers were talking about that. They got their levels checked and they're low, but they're not going to take TRT.
Well, like for like when someone like that says they're low, I'm like, you'd like to assume that they did it right. Like if you talk to a the doctor and they're like, when's the best time to test this? Like if a guy like, even if you're like a young stud athlete kid, if you do it right after a big workout, your T is going to be low.
Yeah.
Right. Because you're using it all up. Right.
Yeah.
You know, that's a big shock to the body. Or like if you're not sleeping well, like that'll knock out your testosterone, like all that kind of stuff. It's like, I find it hard to believe that their T's low. Yeah.
There was a guy, one of the comments on, I can't remember what podcast we were talking about this very subject. And I said that testosterone's a finite resource. Right. And they're like, they just like shit all over it. Like, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm like,
you're right.
You're right. I don't know I'm not a fucking doctor, but I've had doctors tell me like, this is why you supplement it, because you're not producing enough.
Yeah.
And anyway, they were going off about how stupid I am, but
well,
they're not wrong.
They're
not wrong.
Yeah,
but I mean, I don't know. I think I'd like to think that my doctor knows what he's talking about.
Probably not though.
You don't think so?
Even worse. You have a woman doctor?
Yeah. Yeah, man. I don't give a shit. Like whoever's available. I don't go to the same hairstylist. I don't give a shit. Just fucking.
I know. People like, who's your doctor? I was like, I don't have a fucking doctor.
I'm a fucking doctor. Yeah. I go to a place and then they just tell me stuff.
If I feel bad, I go to somewhere.
Right. Yeah, that's the one thing. Like, who's your primary care?
What do you mean?
When I fall, or when when primary
Dr.
care when
Zeman.
I fall is my mommy. My mommy picks me up when I fall. But yeah,
Dr. David Zeman.
Dave Zeman. Shout out to Dave. He's
retiring though.
Is he really?
I thought you told me that.
I think he is. Yeah, we talked about that. You know, I mentioned like same time next year. You know, just joking around, and he was like, "Yeah, you know, I probably won't be here. I'll probably retire."
My mom's retiring in January.
Really?
Holy shit!
What does your mom do?
Right now she works at she manages like all of the, not all, but like the big chunk of the restaurants at the airport.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's neat.
She's always like managed restaurant chains and stuff. So.
That's a tough way to make a living.
Yeah, there's a what's it called? A strike right now.
At the airport?
Mm-hmm. So she's been doing like basically everything.
What do you mean everything? Like cooking and shit?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah, like running all the restaurants. Yeah.
Dude, did I tell you when Amy and I flew out? Where did we go? It was COVID year. Shit, where'd we go?
Doesn't matter. Dallas. Houston.
Maybe. Anyway, so we go to the airport, and it's a fucking ghost town.
Yeah.
You know, there are very few flights, whatever, and they were 6 feet distance apart, and you can only sit at every other table in the restaurant. So we sit at this restaurant. I can't remember which one, but if I could remember, I would fucking say it, because fuck them. So we sit down, and we're just like, I don't know. So they have one person kind of lurking, right? She wouldn't come near us. And I'm like, finally, I was like, what do I do? Like, I don't know how to order food here.
Yeah.
And she says, she goes, scan the thing. They started doing the thing instead of menus. And then you order everything online. Okay, cool. So you want coffee? What do you want to eat? Blah, blah, blah. So we order like eggs, chorizo, and I don't know, potatoes or whatever. Dude, the serving size was like an ounce. It was like just, and it wasn't even like,
can I get 6 of these?
Yeah. It wasn't even like, you know, put on the plate with care. It was like, here's your fucking food, like prison, just slopping it. I was so pissed, dude. It was like, no, it wouldn't fit. It wouldn't fill a toddler. Like it was not enough food. And then the coffee was like, there was a small cup, half full. And I was like, how do I get more coffee? Because the lady was like, she was across the restaurant. She wouldn't come near us. And she goes, oh, you have to do it on the... I was like, are you fucking kidding?
How do I get the rest of my coffee?
Yeah, dude. So the bill came. It was $62. I was furious, and I'm like, why are we eating off of paper plates? Is it COVID? COVID killed all the plates. Mm-hmm. Like, plastic fork.
You can't wash plates.
You can't. It's impossible.
Which
wash
to
them.
be fair, I 100% agree with.
And Amy's like, shut up! You're gonna get us thrown out. I was like, I don't care. Like, I'm gonna get. They're not gonna grab me. COVID. They're not gonna come
they're
near
like,
me.
20%, 22%, or 25%
Yeah,
tip.
Tip zero. It was zero. $62 for
you did nothing.
Garbage. It was the worst breakfast ever. I mean, you don't expect okay, so the airports, all the food's overpriced, but they serve you really well.
Most of the time, yeah.
Yeah, most of the time,
had pretty good service.
Pretty good service. This was like every excuse they could make to not have good service, they made that day. Yeah. I was furious, dude. And it's early and I'm already in a bad mood. Yeah. So yeah.
I don't think they should have flights during times where there's not restaurants open there.
Agreed.
I took a flight once and the restaurant, I just wanted coffee. I just wanted a fucking coffee.
Dude, yes.
They don't open until 5:30. And I'm like, that's right as my plane is loading up right now. And I'm waiting in line and these people are, starting to queue up or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I need to get my coffee and get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
That was so annoying.
Well, they have the little kiosks now.
Yeah, but it's always they always have the shitty, the Starbucks.
The Pete's. They have the Pete's.
Or yeah, or whatever. But I mean, the Frappuccino shit. I'm like, I don't want a bunch of chocolate.
I just want coffee.
A fucking black coffee.
Yeah, I just want coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want candy in the morning with my coffee.
I don't want a milkshake.
Yeah.
I just want coffee. Yeah.
It's it would be different. I mean, I don't care if it's hot or cold. I just want plain coffee. And you just can't get that.
What is the deal with that with you? You drink cold, hot coffee. It's not even cold brew.
I don't drink cold, hot coffee.
Huh?
No?
Yeah, you do.
Mm-mm. I put a little ice in my coffee so it's drinkable.
Huh. I thought you drank cold, hot coffee.
I mean, I will.
It's gross.
I know. Well, deal with it. You never had iced coffee? Because that's what cold, all coffee starts off hot.
Yeah, I know that.
Unless you cold brew it, I guess.
Well, that's different. Yeah.
Fuck. Don't put that on a reel. I don't want to have to argue with somebody.
All coffees are, you son of a bitch. Dude,
I hope your mother dies.
I hope you grow up motherless. All coffee starts off hot, you bastard. Oh my God.
Fuck. I fucked up.
You've really fucked up, dude. They're going to come out of the woodwork. They may bust through that door with an axe.
Yep, they're ready.
No, they won't because they're sissies. Yeah. They're not going to come at us. They'd rather just yell at us. I like the ones that are all caps, so you know that they're yelling. Mm-hmm. That's my favorite.
So you know that they're really pushing hard on the toilet.
Yeah. I mean, have you ever left a comment on anything when you weren't on the crapper? I haven't.
Yeah, all the time.
Do you really?
Yeah, I love starting fights on the internet.
But on the crapper is the best time, I think.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is.
Focused. Yeah.
Yeah, but people don't respond quick enough.
No.
It's not like you can have, well, sometimes you can, but it's not like you can have a conversation on the crapper unless you want to be there all day.
Yeah, no, my legs go numb.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. Yeah, so anyway. All right, man. Well, listen, we've been going for an hour and a half.
Is it dinner time?
It's dinner time.
Let's go eat.
All right, everybody. If you love the podcast or if you hate the podcast, please leave us. What's that?
Especially
if you hate the podcast, please leave us a review. There's video. We officially have video on Spotify, so I'm very excited about that. Hit us up. Check out Bioprotein Technologies. Get 30% or $30 off your first order when you use the promo code Foxcast. I've been using it for about 4 months now. Fantastic product. Helps you in recovery. Helps you with sleep. Helps you in a lot of different things. It hasn't helped me not say yet, but maybe 5th month will be the time. A couple things. Richard Bressler's book. I plugged that the other day on a reel, and I just want to let everybody know that I'm not getting paid to do that. I really love that book. And there's a couple other ones that I'm going to be recommending.
Is that a paycheck right there?
Yeah, slide it under. There's a couple other books I'm going to be recommending here soon. One of them is two are by Todd Fox. If you don't know who Todd is, he's a 3rd-degree black belt in Jiu-Jitsu. He does personal protection. He does tour protection for bands like Tool, and I think he's toured with Tool, Metallica, like Janet Jackson, like a lot of different people. And he talks about just like being safe and, you know, how to protect yourself and how to be aware, stuff like that. He's got a couple books out, and I'll be plugging those in pretty soon. Anyway, leave us a review, like the show, hate the show, give us a comment. Love you guys.
All coffee starts off hot.
See ya.